that show me subscribe.
Make no mistake, we're the only black people in y'all that only eat rat, eat cat people. You ain't black, you ain't that. Matter of fact, your black is repo, I'm taking it back. Cause y'all making it whack, faking jacks y'all from the slave, raiding the tax. Bitch. We built the foundation, our innovations were groundbreaking. You ain't wanna get down, now you around, hating, faking. With the linear in and out, the ground shaking. Someone say, FBA, we don't run away. We stay, we slay, we pray, we say, Someone say, FBA, we don't run away. We stay, we slay, we pray, we say, Make no mistake, we're the only black people and y'all the only eat rat, eat cat people. You ain't black, you ain't that. Matter of fact, your black is repo, I'm taking it back. Cause y'all making it whack, faking jacks y'all from the slave, raiding the tax. Breaks, pause, pause. We built the foundation, our innovations were groundbreaking. Y'all ain't wanna get down, now you around, hating, faking, with the linear eating, now the ground shaking. Someone say, FBA, we don't run away. We stay, we slay, we pray, we say, Someone say, FBA, we don't run away. We stay, we slay, we pray, we say,
Every single person in this room is maybe 1 degree removed from someone who is a black immigrant and someone who at some point in their life had a visa status that was a little wonky. That's what I mean when I'm especially talking about people who are documented black.
Okay, stop. Stop with this documented black bullshit. It's not working. And what is the little visa that's little, what's the visa problem that's wonky? What the hell is that? You mean an illegal? Kick rocks.
People, folks who have temporary protected status, TPS,
right.
Folks who may have DACA, all these names and acronyms that are being thrown around.
Right, and they gotta go home.
I think we have to ensure that black immigrants are treated.
No such thing as black immigrants. They're just Afro-Caribbean or African immigrants. Stop with the whole black trying to connect us. Hey, yo, that was a clever trick the white man did. Take our ethnicity, right, and make it a race category for all people of African descent. So now they just come over here and they're the black people. We're no longer the black people. We're the African nigga. DNA test says so, they say. And they become the real black people, the black immigrants. Stop. They're not black immigrants.
Treated as they are, which is central to democracy and not separate from it. When we have what
hey man, we're not keeping for no illegals. All right, stop it.
Been here today, poll taxes. You need to get your passport. All these things that.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about that. I don't need no passport. I'm foundational. You dig? You're just talk to the immigration. Listen, listen. Here's the thing. When the Latinos got in trouble with ICE and their illegal status, what they do? They start caping for us, right? Where are the black niggas? Well, guess what? The Afro-Caribbean immigrants need to call for the Latinos. Why don't they just get together? Both of them are dealing with immigration and ICE. So why don't y'all come together and then do your own thing?
We know the SAVE Act and other things are saying for people to vote. When we have TPS being stripped away, when we have every single Caribbean nation as of January this year being banned from the US in some shape or form, we're to see how far can they go with us, who may be a more vulnerable population, to then exact that in the larger population. It's like in and out, because Black people in a
The whole black people shit it's not hitting, man.
and that when we fight for all. We name what's true, we demand what we need, and we invest in the populations that we say we.
And that brings me to something else. The Democrats, they had that thing at Al Sharpton's little shindig. And one of the women there, she did a speech. And she was talking about, and I think she's Caribbean, a little light-skinned Caribbean lady, because she kind of had a Caribbean accent. She was like, every single person in the room, meaning all the Foundation of Black Americans, I guess, everybody in this room is maybe 1 degree removed from somebody who's a Black immigrant. And we need to do all this, and we need to stand up for the immigrants, and, you know, they're getting them now, but it's going to be us next, and all that old bullshit. Man, I'm like, what the hell is she talking about? First of all, most of us Foundational Black America, we don't have no immigrant ancestry. I don't have no immigrants in my family. My mother's side or my father's side, we don't have no immigrants in our lineage. Me and cousin Jerry, none of our people are immigrants. We don't have immigrants in our family, in our bloodline, in our lineage. Where we don't? We do not have immigrants. We don't. Especially if you got folks down in Alabama, ain't no damn immigrants. So why is this desperate need? Do y'all hear my dog snoring in the background? Lulu's big chunky ass is loud as hell. Do y'all hear Lulu? Bruh. Because she's disturbing me. Raise your hand if y'all hear my dog Lulu snoring in the back. I got her in the house. I had them out all last night because they went out and got sprayed by a damn skunk. So I made them sleep outside in their cages last night. So now they're back in the house and they like sleeping hella hard now, just like niggas. They just in a deep ass sleep now. I had to give her a skunk bath. It's a wild kingdom around my damn house, man. But like I said about these Democrat shills, they're trying to tie us into immigration. This desperate attempt to make us somehow proxy immigrants. It's a weird thing. See, the reason why they have to desperately try to tie us into immigration, they want to co-opt the moral authority of the civil rights movement. See, they know the Foundation of Black Americans struggle for civil rights. That's the moral blueprint for justice in the United States. And that carries unparalleled historic weight and historic currency. So them trying to hitch modern immigration policies to the legacy of Foundation of Black American struggle, they want to borrow that moral authority. So they need the Foundation of Black American seal of approval to legitimize and seek and shield their immigration agenda from criticism. So they keep trying to frame that shit as the new civil rights movement. That's why they keep sending these tethers down to Selma and all of that. It is not. It is not the new civil rights movement. No, we have to always reject that shit. We are this Foundation of Black Americans. We have a unique lineage-based claim in the United States. We got a conversation about reparations and targeted economic justice to repair the damages of slavery and Jim Crow. So by trying to force us under this broad people of color or immigration struggle umbrella, that deliberately dilutes our claim and our demands, and they know this. If everybody is cast as a marginalized minority fighting the same fight, the political establishment, they don't have to address our unique claim. I'm telling y'all the trick bag. We got to run away from that immigration shit. That's a major trick bag, family. That's a major damn trick bag.
Why are you running?
And see, on a local level, a lot of working class Foundation of Black Americans, we share urban centers with the new immigrant population. And that, leads to a lot of direct competition for jobs, affordable housing, resources in the community. And by heavily pushing a narrative of moral solidarity, these political operatives, they want to suppress any natural pushback coming from us. So they're trying to tell us basically we have to absorb the economic impact of these damn immigration policies for the greater good of minority solidarity. Bullshit. No.
No.
See, the Democrat Party, they rely on a unified coalition of diverse minority groups in order for them to win national elections. See, if we start looking at our political and our economic interests as distinct or even at odds with the interests of these newly arrived immigrants, that whole coalition fractures. So their desperate messaging is basically, that's an attempt to artificially bind these groups together with us to keep their electoral math intact. You see, so this whole manufactured solidarity, see, this whole thing where they're targeting immigrants and you're next. Oh, this external threat is going to get you too. That's fear-based mobilization, and it's not going to work. When a party can't offer tangible, positive deliverable to a voting bloc, they rely on negative partisanship. You know, they want to unify us through the fear of a shared enemy. You see, the white man is going to get all of us. If we don't stick together, the white man going to get us all. They getting us now. They're going to get you next. And y'all the main ones buddying up to the white supremacists. You're the main ones buddying up to them. We've been fighting them from day one. We've been fighting the white supremacists nonstop. So this is nothing new. Y'all were the ones coming over here telling us what no white supremacy, remember? See, these people got short memories. They were the main ones telling us, hey, ain't no white supremacy. You niggas don't work hard. You don't know how to work. You lazy akata. No racism. I came over with $2 and all that bullshit. That I came over with $2. Ain't no racism. Now when racism or whatever is hitting you in your head, now we all got to stick together in solidarity. And that ain't it.
Stop the cap.
That is not it. Let me get the family in here. Let's get 11 Gripper and then pop it off. 11 Gripper, what's up, man? Gripper. 1 Gripper. Like a little, almost a Middle East vibe almost. They're very hush-hush about where their families came. Okay, I don't know what's going on.
He tossed his sister underneath a cruise.
But I will also say you were right on gentlemen that was spaces. And
the African identity paradigm contradicts the Du Boisian duality. While acknowledging the American experience, Afrocentric scholars seek to delegitimize its identitarian significance. In their judgment, American blacks are Africans, period. So yes, they take away everything we built. This is why I hate Pan-Africanism. It robs us of everything we built in this country. And I say it all the time. We're not supposed to be here. We are supposed to have passed off. We slaves built the country, did our thing. We're supposed to be finished. They're supposed to just have little Mexican immigrants here doing the work. We're not supposed to be here. Our freedom struggle, fight for full citizenship over all of this accrued disadvantages while we're here. Pan-Africanism takes all of that away and just says y'all are African.
Stop the cap.
I ain't got no use for it. I think it's anti-ADOS. Black Americans supposedly came out of slavery and the American experience with their African identity intact. The identity and Pan-African paradigms are historically flawed. The portrayal of Black Americans and African as one people unified by cultural attributes and historical experience is both theoretically and practically problematic. I agree. Regardless of the degree and depth of African cultural retentions, Black Americans are undeniably products of the American historical experience, an experience that profoundly and indelibly altered their identity. Yes, we're not Africans. This changed us. It had to. We had to become a new people. We're sold away. We don't know how to get back to where we were. And you realize at a certain point that a warring tribe sold you over here. And you realize at a certain point that you're home, right? And you have a different, we don't even talk about the physical environment, not only just the presence of white people as overseer, but also the physical environment is different. Everything is different. And you have to make a new home. And there are different things that impact you and create you and make you into something other than African. And that happened a long time ago. And the people who keep calling us African are trying to rob us of something that our people died for and worked like hell to create.
In years, and this happened last week during a routine unannounced food safety inspection, and when an inspector found a whopping 70 violations. Incredible.
Oh, and during a follow-up inspection, things didn't really improve. Local 10 investigator Jeff Weinstein has tonight's Dirty Dining report.
Sir, can we talk to somebody about the inspection last week? 70 violations, the most I've seen in years.
Now, I never watched this video. I just seen the title. It said Dirty Dining, 70 violations, the most of any restaurant all year. I never clicked the video to see what type of restaurant. It could have been Italian. It could have been a soul food. I had no clue. I was going to watch it with you guys. But family, this is the second video where the first one was 100, remember? And it was Chinese food. And now we have a second one, 70 violations, Chinese food. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good with Chinese food. I've never eaten again. I'm good. Good. The most I'll do is a Japanese sushi roll. That's it. But I'm good with Chinese food. The second one, I'm good. Y'all can have that one.
You heard it right. In West Kendall, on North Kendall Drive in the Kendall Park Plaza at 16229 Southwest 88th Street is Peking 1.
How does one place accumulate 70 violations? That's just unacceptable and negligent.
It happened here last week during a routine unannounced food safety inspection inside this kitchen while they were opened and serving you.
You want to get video of us? That's fine. I think you owe customers an explanation as to why you had 70 violations. Irresponsible.
Among the violations, over 60 rodent droppings inside a walk-in cooler, behind the water heater, in a back dry storage area. The inspector noted 30 roach droppings right on top of a plastic container. An employee working at the cook line had a persistent cough while preparing food and then touched clean utensils. Food was not properly separated. Chicken, eggs out of temperature. Prescription medicine being stored above a food prep table. The bathrooms were in complete disrepair. Dirty, not functioning, giving off a strong, objectionable odor.
The violations already removed. Everything is fixed already.
I know everything's fixed, but why were there 70 violations, sir? You have no explanation? 70 violations? You must not be doing your job.
There's more heavy grease and grime covering the floors, the walls, cooking equipment. There were dirty food containers on shelving. There was no soap, no toilet paper available for employees.
There's gaps under the door, so where do you think the rodents are getting in? Unacceptable, sir.
Not only did they shut the back door, they locked the place up, turned off the lights, and hid in the kitchen. For our health and safety, hopefully they get the message now. Our next stop was closed for Passover, but you still need to know why they were ordered shut last week. Their claim, kosher Italian food done right. We're in Surfside at La Vita è Bella. It means life is beautiful, but there was nothing beautiful about last week's inspection here. The address 9485 Harding Avenue. The inspector showing up here after a consumer complaint. Among the 7 violations, live and dead roaches crawling in a restroom, under a coffee machine, even in a hand washing sink. The inspector also noted salmon thawing improperly in standing water. There was no manager on duty. The next day, during a re-inspection, there were more live roaches. That's not kosher. All the places we just mentioned allowed to reopen following an ordered cleanup and then a reinspection. Jeff Weinseer, Local 10 News.
Family. That's why you really gotta. Yeah, listen.
How are we selling? This.
Y'all gonna
policy of
feel
free
me on this
busing,
one. If you want to get from a restaurant, buy from a restaurant, you gotta holler at the FBAs in there, because the FBAs will keep it real. If you know how to talk to your people, you be like, "Yo, any mice and roaches in here?" Yeah, they will keep that. You know, women be like, You're like, all right, that's what's up. Let me get a water. Let me get up out of here. You dig? FBAs will keep. She be like, She ain't gonna say yes or no. She gonna be like, you be like, yo, any roaches, rats, and mice? Niggas doing some nasty shit in here. I ain't trying to get sick. Keep it real. She can be like, and you know what that means. If you're FBI, you know what that you know what that means. Okay. All right. Let me get a water. Let me get up out of here. Good luck. You dig? That's how you handle that. That's why, people usually cook. Either have an FBA working there to keep it real, or you gotta damn near cook it yourself, man. That's what it's coming down to. That's very, very nasty. Now, finally, like this troll Tether finally keeps it real to Tariq Nasheed about African tether women and the white zesty man.
Sir, how are you?
I heard your broadcast on Sunday about that Ashley Janae, and you hit the nail on the head. You gave a lot of good game. I'll give you props on that because, like, I'm a black man from the UK. So my experience with a lot of black women are my preference, but dating wise, right? Especially here, and I've been to Brazil as well. They treat white men like they are gods. And they disrespect black men like crazy. And this is from my own experience. Do you know what I mean? Like, but if it's a white man they're dealing with, it's like they won the lottery. You know that?
Wow.
Like in the UK, it's crazy. Like they like you'll see that they have conditions for black men, but they don't have no conditions for white men. Their white skin is enough. Do you know what I mean? For them, that's all.
Now, I actually talked to that tether right there. I tracked him down, invited him over here, and he learned he wasn't black. He had really little to no rebuttal that he wasn't black, and he's still sitting here calling himself black or non-FBA's black. Funny.
All it takes for white men is just their white skin. Black men, you gotta be 6 foot this, you gotta have £1 million, you gotta drive. White men can show up to the date and take them to the date on a bus, and they won't have no problem with it. Do you know what I mean?
Damn.
Just because they're white. That's how it is out here, bro. For a lot of them. And it's crazy, the self-hate is mad. And another thing is, a lot of these women as well, some of them have even said it to me. They want that mixed baby as an accessory as well. Do you know what I mean? Oh my God. That's like a goal to them, I'm not generalizing, saying this, but from my experience, I've dealt with a lot of black women that are very like, do you know what I mean? Just they worship white men.
Man. I appreciate you, but thank you so much, brother. Let's get Lady Justice.
Up on Soul Train talking about the 3 R's.
You laid down the foundation, man.
And the 3 R's ain't even 3 R's. It's 2 R's and an A. But that's a different story for a different day. The point is, it was popularized by James Brown, the Black Panther Party, Huey P. Newton, all of our protesters who came before us and fought the fight for us, so we could be here today, along with the rest of the people who come over here from Africa, Haiti, Caribbean, so on and so forth. Y'all over here because of what they did in the 60s and the fact that we made the term black popular. It didn't become popular until the 1960s with James Brown.
And you know what,
Black Panther Party.
Culturally, bro, that's the truth, man. The truth, even with the negative aspects, the sagging of the pants, the shoes, the whole swag.
Hold on, because you're talking too much. So even with the whole term,
hold on, West African shorty.
You can't come to my panel
He's
tell my
I'm
people
gonna get
they
confused.
talking too much.
We have to stay on one thing.
Hold on, Wes. No. Let's let him land
He's
real
going
quick.
too far. I need to understand something.
Then you're gonna hear me talk now, because I have to give my opinion on what they just
Why
said.
are you guys going in circles though?
So hold on. So to capitalize on what Pharaoh just said, the real truth is you guys go by nationality. If you're African, you say that you're African. And within Africa, you have countries that you guys call yourselves.
Lex, don't call me slow. Your mother's slow.
Well, hold on. I don't know who you're talking about. I don't know who you're talking to. And you're not talking about my mom.
No one's talking about your mom. I'm talking to Lex.
Okay, all right. Me and you are talking. Lex is in the chat box. Now, if Lex wanted to come up here, she would address you, and she would probably say the same shit. Anyways, so the problem is you guys never went by black. You went by your nation. If you're Haiti, you said that you're Haitian. If you're Jamaican, you said that you was Jamaican. Here in America, hold on. Here in America is the only place we said we were black to identify a group of people. You Africans weren't walking around talking about we black in Africa. No.
Exactly. Can I say something?
Hold on. Because majority of y'all ass is black as fuck. So there was no need to call yourself black. You was already black as fuck. You know what I'm saying? What you gonna say? I'm black. Yeah, nigga, we know. You know what I'm saying? So y'all never said it. Now here in America, because we have a white oppressor who lives in our proximity, it became popular to say black. So even if you was mulatto, if your daddy was white and you was mixed, you would still look pale, but still say, hey, I'm black. Because my mother black or my father's black and whatnot. So we have all these different things going on over here. We know y'all ass is black as fuck. There was no need for you to say it. Right. So yes, black here in America is different than black anywhere else in the world. Now go ahead, West Africa.
Okay, I wanted to say something, right? That's what I'm saying. The system is different, right, for people in Africa and people in the U.S., right? The thing about it, right, is when people come here, right, African people come here, they automatically fit in the racial category of black amongst you guys. That's the thing I'm trying to say, right? Even when on the piece of paper, when you're like, oh, are you black? Are you Hispanic? Are you things like that? They fit under the category of being black, and they are black people. That's the thing I'm trying to say.
You can select no or other. Now, you heard what she said on the piece of paper. Okay, on certain piece of papers, I am applying for a job. On certain piece of papers, I'm filling out a census for the neighborhood, whatever. You dig? Yeah, a piece of paper doesn't make you what you are. You make you what you are. So he's trying to explain you guys chose your ethnicities, your tribal ethnicities. You have a country, right? A nationality. And when you came to America, you were not black. You chose to fill out black African American on a piece of paper, a form to get benefits, tangibles, money, resources that were intended exclusively for foundational black Americans. Okay? So the form you filled out, you did that for tangibles. You didn't do it because you're black. The form didn't make you black. It just said, if you want to access tangibles that were intended for black people, fill out this form. And you got to select black. You dig? African American. But that don't make you black. You're still wherever you came from. That's what he's trying to explain to you. Okay? You got to know that.
In Africa, obviously, you don't have to be descriptive and say that you're black when everyone around you, everyone in your politics, everyone around you is black. That's my whole point.
Hold on. When they mention Black history, are they talking about your African ass or what? Who are they talking about? When it's time to go to school and they say it's Black History Month, who the hell are they talking about? They talking about you or they talking about my history?
You, not me.
Talk about all of the history. They talk about.
God damn it, girl, stop lying. No. When they talk about Black history in school,
hey, family, you cannot have an honest conversation with most immigrants that of African descent. They're just dishonest because they're just dishonest. They can't even tell you why. I'm weak. I'm weak with trying to figure them out. Their psyche, their logic, but cannot. So Black history is when you go to libraries, you look at books, which one of those people are an African? Like she's just disrespectful and just disgusting, man. Cannot have an honest discussion with these people. Just can't.
Chattel slavery. They don't start off in somewhere in Africa. They start off with chattel slavery. That is us. So when they're mentioning black, it applies to black Americans, not y'all. Listen, when I was in school, they ain't talk about no damn Nigeria.
We talked about transatlantic slave trade. Stop lying.
No. Don't do that. See, this is why we getting rid of that whole side of that history, because y'all niggas like to cherry pick. They were not mentioning you guys when we were talking about black history. We talked about MLK, Martin Luther King. We talked about Malcolm X, Fred Hampton. Well, we learned about Fred Hampton in our own household. They didn't talk about no tribe in Africa. I'm just now learning about y'all crazy ass.
No.
I ain't know nothing about y'all in school. When they talked about black history, they didn't say anything about the Moors. They didn't say nothing about y'all empire.
No.
So I'm not understanding. All of a sudden, there's a confusion when they talk about black history. And this is interesting. This is a part of. This is why we call y'all tethers and cuckoo birds. You guys like to latch. Hold on. Hold on, because you guys like to latch on to our things, our culture, our history. But then when it's time for you to practice your own individual history and culture, you waving your flags higher than.
Yeah, family, do me a favor, like the video. I got the big like button blinking, and I got the subscribe button blinking right there. It's right in your face. Can y'all please like the video if you haven't so far? If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Thank you.
In the air, and it only belongs to you. My question is, why do you think you could play both sides of the fence, Miss West African? Go ahead. Unmute your mic.
I don't understand what you mean by both sides of the fence. I'm just confused. I just told you, right? Depending on, I don't know what curriculum your school was going by, but
Ma'am, what part of West Africa are you from?
Why are you muting me? Like, I don't understand. Why are you like?
You chirping right now. You chirping right now. You doing?
No, because you.
Yeah, I can only go live with my iPad. It will, the feature to go live on my Windows computer and Android phone is not there at all. I can only go live from my iPad, you dig? So if I don't go to the gym tomorrow, I'ma just try TikTok after I drop my son off, and I'ma see what happens. You dig? I'll be just trying shit out. Let's see. If we get a nice audience, I'll stay there for a little bit. But if ain't nothing popping on TikTok, I'll just take it as a just trying to learn it, get up off there, come right back to YouTube.
Let me ask you a question. What part of West Africa are you from?
I'm Liberian.
Okay, Liberian. What is Liberian history my history?
Liberian it might be part of your history because Black Americans did go back there.
A part of it, okay. But if I didn't go over there, is it part of my history? No, ma'am. All right. Okay. So why is it that you guys want to share everything with us, or you want us to share everything with you, but you get to keep whatever you keep?
What do you mean share everything? Like, what are you even talking about?
Our history is our history. We're not intertwined with each other. That's number one. Don't make me start putting out that Black Indian shit too.
It's not so you guys are not intertwined.
Don't make me start. Don't make me bring out that Black Indigenous on your ass. You don't want me to go there, because then we really. All right, let's go there. We're gonna go there. Okay, if you want to talk about the Atlantic slave trade, since you want to cherry pick, only 2% came from Africa to America. What part of that is your history? It's your history got faded out. Once that 2% done hit this landmass, and we once that 2% hit this landmass, and we intermingle to everybody here, the Black Indians here, we're no longer what the hell y'all is.
What do you mean?
What part did you not understand?
I'm confused. I'm actually very confused. What are you talking about?
What do you mean? What are you confused about? What part?
You guys are African. That's what I know.
Okay. How do you know that?
So
stop the cap. Hold on. Let's check out your comprehension skills. Let's see how much you know. How many slaves came out of Africa, man, and came to America, to the Americas?
A little higher than 2%, about 3.5%, but small, tiny number.
300,000 something.
Okay. And how many did they take out of Africa?
So yeah, and you guys are African.
No.
Okay, so this dust bucket tether, she knows better.
How many? Yeah, she don't want me talking because she don't want to actually sound smart. How many Africans did they take out of Africa and bring to America total? Not just North America. You know, there's South America, there's Central America, and we have North America. She about to go Google it.
Wait,
so how many total?
You're muting me. But what's
How
this?
many total? How many total came out of Africa? Ma'am, you're not muted. Yeah. Now you mute yourself. You see what I'm saying? Like, these people, y'all not even educated enough to have this conversation.
Listen, because don't mute me when I say
I'm trying to listen.
I don't know.
Girl, I done asked you a question 500 times.
Oh my gosh, let me talk. And Keisha, stop addressing me in the comments, ho. Anyways, back to
pay attention.
So this is the thing, right? I told you I don't have to get the whole number exactly right. I told you 300,000 something, right? I was still on track. The thing that I'm trying to say, right? You're talking about 2%. That's inaccurate. That's my point. You keep going in circles. So
the reason why I'm asking you for the total number so I can tell you where I got 2% from, ma'am. This is easy math. We're doing math right now. So can you tell me the total number that came out?
Yes, at that point, like he's trying to deal with her, but I'm well experienced with this online and thing. At that point, brother, she's not interested in giving you content. She's going to be a distraction. She's going to be disrespectful. This is the time to just kick her off or lure her back down. Okay? Because she's actually kind of ruining. You could just go to somebody else. This is when I throw them off, family. I say, all right, I'm good. We're going to move along without you. At this point, she's a distraction. She's a time-wasting, babbling tether.
Sound like I'm talking to a damn fifth grader.
Why are these people talking to me in the comments?
Ma'am, I need the total number that came out of Africa, ma'am. West Africa specifically. How many slaves? How many slaves came out of Africa and was brought to the America? She ran away. Listen, I ain't got time to be breaking down fifth grade math.
Why are you on it? I said I could help her out.
Nobody. She ain't want no help. You know what I'm saying? She want to be dead ass wrong. You know what I'm saying? But she's just doing what they do best, which is free. But hold on, Daz. Let's get Jersey going. Jersey, talk to me, brother. What it is? You might mute it, brother. Jersey. All right, we're gonna drop him. Sustain. Talk to me, brother. What's going on?
Oh, nothing much. Just checking it out, seeing how many people you got at school today. I don't know if that's the first time she's been on your panel, but I've seen her on a lot of other people's panels. She's a time waster. She's another one of them time wasters. It's the same old playbook. She's going to get.
Told you. I said, look, he just said what I said. I could tell. I could once they start to dodge simple questions and they want to establish world history truths, I gotta kick you off.
Give you a whole bunch of whataboutisms and what about this and what about that. That doesn't really lead to anywhere in the conversation. But back to her trying to prove that we are African at the end of the day, which I try to tell people this. We don't ignore and we're not trying to say that we are not genetically, to a certain degree, mind you, to a certain degree African. We're not saying that's not true. We're just.
Thank you for the alley-oop. Genetics, DNA. This is crazy. You can't make this up, fam. I didn't watch this. I had no idea he'd say that. But he brought me back where I want. Okay, so I earlier talked about DNA tests, nigga. Because what they would tell us is that when we say, hey, man, we're foundational Black Americans, they'll tell us, no, you're not. What do your DNA tests reveal? We'd be like, a whole bunch of stuff. Why, what's up? Oh, is African in there? But some of us be like, yeah, so you African, nigga. So we're going to ignore the Native American, or Indigenous American, we're going to ignore the European countries. We're just going to focus on the 10% this tribe, 2% this tribe, 8% that tribe. We're just going to focus on that, right? Everything else, I'm 2%, 8% all these tribes, but I'm 25% this European country, right? So I'm more, and we're talking about one nation, one ethnic group. I'm more percentage in a European country than a African tribe, but I'm African. That doesn't make any sense. All right. So I explained earlier, the limitations in DNA tests to identify you or call you African. They cannot do that. All right. They're not there to call you African. They're there. Matter of fact, the genealogical records better tell you who you are. That's what the study says for guys who's supposed to be scientific literate, but we know they're illiterates. Okay. Now, listen to this article. Don't get mad at me, by the way. There was on their podcast because I was in there messing with them. There are like two people there. And I heard you deny DNA. Oh, okay. So better explaining what it's for and what it's not for. That's denying it. Okay. Yeah. Y'all got nothing. So family, this is a quick one. The intended purpose of DNA tests versus common misconceptions. Right? Are we all together? The scientific purpose of DNA testing when discussing the limitations of DNA testing. So this ain't denying DNA testing. This is not denying the science or rejecting it. This is explaining the purpose of it and what it's not for. That you guys say it's for. You got it? Okay. When discussing the limitations of DNA testing for Black Americans' lineage, lineage tracing is crucial to clarify that this isn't a rejection of science. Okay. Let me run that back. When discussing the limitations of DNA testing for Black Americans' lineage tracing, it's crucial to clarify that this isn't a rejection of science or DNA testing itself. Rather, it's an acknowledgement of what DNA tests are actually designed to do versus what many Pan-Africans and Tethers mistakenly believe they can accomplish. DNA testing was developed with specific scientific purpose in mind. Did you guys know that? Did you know that? You got to ask the right questions. So you ain't got to reject DNA. Just reject it when people misapply it, misuse it, like these Pan-Africans and these Tethers. So DNA testing was developed with specific scientific purpose in mind. Medical and health information, identifying genetic markers associated with health, condition, disease, risk, and inherited traits. We talked about the Gullah Geechee tribe. So that's a perfect example how DNA tests help resolve or help understand medical issues, right? With the Gullah Geechee people. Also, recent kinship verification. Recent, not over 400 years. DNA tests were developed with specific purpose in mind, and one was recent kinship verification, not 400 or 500 years ago. Confirming close family, not people 500 years ago. Confirming close family relationships, parent, child, siblings, grandparents, with accuracy, not some fake mythical people 500 years ago. Got 'em. Recent kinship, not 500 years ago. Brand population genetics, understanding human migration patterns, genetic diversity across populations, and evolutionary history. Forensic applications, identify individuals in criminal investigations or disaster victim identification. These are the purposes for which DNA testing has been validated and proven effective. The science behind these applications is sound and well established, family. Recent kinship. The misconceptions about DNA testing ancestry. You guys are mad as hell. Dang, that lie you've been kicking on my family, my lineage, is over. Now they know. The confusion arises when people expect DNA tests to do something they were not designed to do. Provide definitive answers about specific ethnic ancestry from hundreds of years ago, particularly for populations whose histories involve forced migration, slavery, and cultural disruption. Many people mistakenly believe that DNA testing can pinpoint specific tribe identity with certain identity with certainty the exact African tribe or ethnic group their ancestors belonged to 400 years ago. Wrong. Wait. Where's my buzzer? You idiots thought it can determine what percentage of a person's identity comes from a particular ethnic group or tribe in Africa. You idiots thought it can serve as a substitute for genealogical records and historical documentation. You idiots thought it can provide definitive proof for legal claims like reparations or tribal membership. You guys are idiots. These expectations exceed what DNA testing can do scientifically. These expectations exceed what DNA testing can scientifically accomplish, especially for populations with complex histories of displacement and admixture. Idiots. The scientific reality of ancestry testing. Ancestry DNA testing works by comparing your genetic markers to reference databases of modern populations. This process was inherent. This process has inherent limitations. The accuracy of reference database limitations. The accuracy of results depends entirely on the completeness and representativeness of reference databases, which are often biased and incomplete. Statistical probabilities, not certainties. Ancestry estimates or statistical probabilities, not definitive facts. They represent best guesses based on available data. Historical gaps. Modern populations may not genetically resemble historical populations from the same regions due to migration, conquest, and population changes over centuries. Genetic dilution. The genetic signal from ancestors 12 to 15 generations back becomes statistically small and difficult to detect with certainty. So when it comes to misapplying it to tell us we're African nigga, throw it in the trash. You're misapplying it. Now I was gonna leave this alone, but since y'all was crying, say I'm rejecting science, but I'm not. I'm just representing it correctly. Yep. So now you made me finish him. Distinguishing between science and commercial claims. It is important to distinguish between the science of genetics and the marketing claims of commercial DNA testing companies. While the underlying science is valid, the way it is presented to consumers often creates unrealistic expectations. You've been scammed, basically. Commercial DNA testing companies present ancestry estimates with more confidence than is scientifically warranted. They're capping. Use broad regional categories that don't reflect historical ethnic boundaries. Sheesh. Update results as their database change, demonstrating the preliminary nature of the findings. Include disclaimers about the limitations of their services. The appropriate role of DNA testing. DNA testing can be a valuable tool when used appropriately as a general guide, providing broad regional insights that can supplement, not replace, historical research for recent ancestry. Recent, that's here in America. So DNA test keeps us in America. Identifying relatives within the past few generations with reasonable accuracy. Family, that's what I use it for, by the way. The DNA test, when they point me to Africa, I don't even look over there. You know, I look over to laugh. You know, when I'm down and I need to get a good laugh, you know, I'm a little upset at something, I'll go look at my 15% from the Igbo tribe. I start laughing. That's funny as hell because it's going to change tomorrow to 2%. You dig? So yeah, I laugh at that, but I use it for my family in America. I want to know where we're at. Okay. Health information, offering valuable insights about genetic health factors, educational value, sparking interest in family history and genealogical research. Why acknowledging limitations isn't rejecting science. You see? So you see, it covers me. I'm acknowledging the limitations. You're not. You're lying to the people. Okay, and I'm not rejecting science by acknowledging the limitations. They're real. Recognizing the limitation of DNA testing for specific purposes isn't anti-science, idiots. It's being scientifically literate. I'm the real literate of science. You guys are idiots. Science itself is about understanding what methods can and cannot do, what questions they can and cannot answer, and what confidence levels are appropriate for different types of conclusions. In fact, pointing out these limitations demonstrates respect for the scientific precision by not overstating what the evidence can support, acknowledging uncertainty and margins of error, recognizing the difference between statistical probabilities and definitive facts, understanding the importance of appropriate methodology for different questions. The alternative approach, complementary methods. Rather than seeing DNA testing as a replacement for other methods of understanding ancestry, a scientifically sound approach recognizes it as one tool among many. DNA testing for broad regional insights and recent kinship connections, genealogical research for documented family histories and specific ancestral stories. That's why it's good, family. You're going to track your family, and you're going to track 1870 maybe and way earlier if that's there. Genealogical research for documented family histories and specific ancestral stories, historical research for understanding the context of your ancestors' lives, cultural exploration for connecting with living traditions and communities. Each method has its strength and limitations, and they work best when used together. Okay. So conclusion: science informed skepticism, right? When a Pan-African or any one of these idiots suggests that acknowledging the limitation of DNA testing is rejecting science, they're misunderstanding what scientific literacy actually means. True respect for science involves understanding its boundaries as well as its capabilities. The appropriate stance isn't to reject DNA testing, but to use it for what it's good at while recognizing what it cannot do. This isn't anti-science, fools. It's pro-science, idiots, because it respects what the evidence actually shows rather than what we wish it showed, right? So for Black Americans specifically, this means using DNA testing as one tool among many while recognizing that the most meaningful connections to ancestry often come through documented history. Family was documented, not a test. Family stories and cultural traditions that DNA tests cannot fully capture or replace. You're an idiot, you're dumb. So now I had to spin the block and you dig, do you worse.
Saying when it comes to a cultural difference and an ethnic difference, and not to mention the Black native indigenous people that lived here before these Europeans even knew what America was, we like to also acknowledge that side of our history too. And I feel like because of how Black Americans have set the standard for what Black is across the the world, they want to be associated with that. Right. That's why they are trying to cling and give a death grip when it comes. They're trying to hold on to us, basically. So exactly. That's how she is. But I'll mute up and listen for a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, so Stan, we know what it is, you know what I'm saying? Because when we break down the numbers and we break down the stats, we break down the history, they're not really involved in our history like that at all. But let's go let Des talk. Des, talk to me, man. What's going on?
I was saying, I get her point in what she was saying about how the term Black, it seems like Black Americans only like when the term Black is applied to them. I do get that point because I think.
Okay, these idiot women don't know what they're talking about. Black as a racial construct is new, and it's an exonym. That's white people calling you Tethers Black. That's not you calling yourselves Black. It's not an endonym. It's an exonym. Okay, see, that's the difference between you guys and us. We don't let white people just call us stuff. We get offended because that's how they start off. They start off calling us colored, Negro, derogatory terms with definitions that were there to, basically, it was up to no good. They want to disrespect us in our face. So we don't allow white folks to name us. We name ourselves. You guys still let white folks name you in 2026. So you're Black because a white man said you were. We're Black because we said we were. See the difference?
I think it's kind of redundant to argue that other groups of Black people aren't Black, right? Like,
there are no other groups of Black people. there are other groups of people of Africa, Caribbean, and wherever else.
Of course, we have different cultures, backgrounds, different ways that we eat, etc. But at the end of the day, we are all black. Having the term only for Black
That's a cat.
Americans to say that they're black is kind of like, it's kind of like a no-brainer. Like, duh. Like, I don't know. I just feel like that's kind of stupid to argue about when we're clearly all black. It should just belong.
We were the only ones, but here's the thing, sister. We were the only ones who were willing to accept that blackness. We had other people that would come over here and you say, hey, you know, you're from this place. Okay, cool. You're black just like me. And they will look us dead in our eyeballs and say, I'm not black. I'm this. I'm Puerto Rican, or I'm Dominican.
You're speaking about Latino. Those are Latino
No,
people.
it wasn't just them. It wasn't just them. I had
I've never met.
Hey, family, she know goddamn well she ain't call herself black nowhere on earth until she had a selected on a form to get tangible. Stop it.
I've never met a Jamaican Haitian person who was black, like brown black, and said they weren't black. Now, if you say that they're Black American, they'll tell you I'm not American. But to say that,
if you keep, I mean, he a troll. So if y'all want to block him, y'all can block him. He's a troll. The dude Kevin, he ain't gonna click that link. You're a coward. Yeah, so y'all definitely could, you know what I mean? If he run his mouth, you can block him.
they're
Y'all
not
actually
black.
just started saying this. Y'all actually
Wait, hold on. We're gonna handle this like this. Des, what does black mean in Jamaica? When someone says Black history in Jamaica, what does it mean?
You are a person of African descent.
And what is the history of Jamaica? Where does it start?
It starts the same way the history started in America for black people, the transatlantic slave trade.
Okay, and then where does it end at?
It's where we are today, where Jamaica is today, where America is today.
So what day is Jamaican Independence Day?
August 6th of 1962.
Okay. Now who celebrates that?
Jamaicans.
Okay.
The same way Americans celebrate.
Okay, hold on.
Juneteenth. What do you mean?
So you have a specific.
Hey, family, she just laughed a little bit. These dogs are trolling.
History and experience that applies to you. So when we say Jamaica or Jamaican, we're talking about a specific group of people who went through a specific experience. Now, when we say black, or same thing with Haiti, when we say Haiti history, Haiti culture, we're talking about a specific group of people who have a history and a culture in Haiti that Black Americans didn't go through and Jamaicans didn't go through.
I understand that.
Hold on. So when we talk about Black Americans, we're talking about being black here and the experience and history here. Now, you could call yourself black in Jamaica. That's a different meaning. You can call yourself black in Haiti. That's a different meaning. But black here in America has a different terminology. So we're not all this generic one big black. Black, depending on where it's at, has a different meaning. I can't go to Brazil right now and speak on the behalf of the blacks there. I may look like some of the Brazilians or the Portuguese there, but I can't grab that microphone and say, we all black. Let's talk about black politics. I'm like, nigga, you're from America. You're not this kind of black. You don't know the history that goes behind being this kind of black. I can't go to Africa and speak on African history on being black because that black history is different here. So yeah, we all are black. When we're in America, we're talking about America's black.
No.
When we're in Jamaica, we're talking
yes, I get it. Hood is doing good for a little bit, limited tools he has to defend his point. But no, we're not black everywhere. Now I get what he's saying. And that's an angle you can argue it, but that's not the factual record. The factual record is that they're not black. Okay? The first time they thought they were black is when it came to America. Those who never came to America and stay in their homeland, they don't say they're black at all. Just us.
Jamaica's black. When we're in Haiti, we're talking about Haiti's black. Don't come over here talking about we all black. No, we're not. It has a different terminology and it applies to a specific group of people the same way. The only thing is we're just not calling it American history because we share history with white folks. So we call it Black American history. So it applies to us. You guys are on an island when it's just you. Y'all your own oppressors. The Caribbeans is full of niggas. Africa is full of niggas. You guys are governing damn near yourselves. So of course, all y'all don't even use the term black. Here in America, we share it with white folks. So we say black. Hold on. I'm about to land. So when we're talking about black, we're talking about the specific group of people that went through a specific struggle here in America. And it doesn't apply to Jamaicans, and it doesn't apply to Haitians. Because if we don't do this, they're gonna blend us all together. And then we know how greedy y'all get. Y'all niggas like to take all the good things and whatever you don't like, you say, no, that's that yank. That's that yah shit. But all the great things, oh no, yeah, we all won. We're not playing that with y'all. We're gonna go ahead and draw this line and say this applies to us. You have your own history and culture that we don't say we all Jamaican to, that we don't say we all Haitian to, we don't say we all African to. I don't see what's so hard about that. But go ahead. You are black, not black here though. But go ahead, Des. Talk to me.
But the reason why I said something about that is because before they were saying that if you weren't born in America, you're not black. Like I have people who have told me because I am not fully American that I'm not considered black, or I don't.
Let me help you out. You don't have parents that are FBA, so you cannot be black. Is it that? Is how simple it is? Real simple. Real simple rule. Real simple qualification. Standard. If you don't have an FBA parent, it's impossible for you to be black.
You're not black here. You're not black here.
But that's the thing I'm trying to say. That's kind of redundant to talk about, to dismiss or disregard somebody's blackness because they're not American is stupid.
Stop the cap.
While I can't relate culturally, while I may not.
All right, so family, that's a straw man. Nobody tied American to, but you ain't. So Chinese people, are they black? They're American. Chinese American. Italian Americans, are they black? So that was a straw man argument she snuck in there. Stupid.
Not be able to speak on it culturally, you cannot deny the fact that I'm black, and that's what I'm trying to say.
Can you say something? Yeah, just real
Stop
quick.
the cap. Go ahead, Love and Life.
I just want to say that y'all the reason why y'all are black is because y'all had to come through the immigration office. If y'all never went through the immigration office, y'all would have never been considered black.
That's not
y'all
true. We're black in Jamaica too. That's not true. We're black in Jamaica too. We're black in Africa. That's not true. That's nothing to do with the immigrant office.
Hold on.
Yeah, yo, hey family, y'all see where it's at. Y'all see, listen, I was the first to recognize this, but y'all see where it's at. What pisses them off is not calling them a tether, even though they deserve it. It ain't other things. Y'all see what pisses them off. Tell them the truth. Let them know they're not black. And you'll get this type of response.
Calm down.
But that's wrong. That's wrong information.
No, it's absolutely right.
No,
because
it's not.
Let me. She's saying there's no need for you guys to call yourselves black in Jamaica. There's no need for that. You guys are majority black.
There's a casting. There's a system just like it is here. They call us black. If you're
no, it's not, man. No, it's not.
Now, I'm Jamaican. Yes, it is.
No, y'all have no social construct of black.
That is that's not true.
Majority of y'all are black.
That's not true.
The reason why they want to be black is because without black, they have no identity. Nobody.
Family. So the mistake they're making is that they're all associating skin color with what we call ourselves black. Listen, they don't call themselves Jamaican because of their skin color. I'm sure they got some albinos over there or some lighter Jamaicans. Jamaicans is a nationality or ethnicity plus nationality that they chose for whatever reason. That wasn't based on their skin color. So same thing with us. Like, we're not black because of our skin color. We're black because that's just the name we chose to identify our ethnic lineage. But it has little to nothing to do with the color. Like, maybe at one point it started off like that, but where we at now, it evolved. It evolved to be nothing to do with color. Because Prince is very colorless and he's black. So, and there's many out there like him.
That is not true. Have you
Nobody
been to
cares
Jamaica?
about a Haitian.
Have you?
Hold on.
Like they have to say.
Hold on. Des. Des, am I Haitian in Haiti?
No, listen, you're debating.
So,
I'm not debating.
Okay. Hold on. Let's just slow down. Let me just ask you questions. Am I Haitian in Haiti? If I were to go to Haiti right now, am I Haitian?
But I'm not asking to be American.
But
at the end of the day.
No. There's no at the end of the day. Am I Haitian when I go to Haiti?
No, you're not Haitian when you go to Haiti. Just like I'm not Chinese if I go to China.
Hold on.
But I'm still black.
And hold on. And can you
What do
please
you
explain
mean?
why I'm not Haitian in Haiti?
You're not Haitian because you're American. But you're still black. That's my point. You're still black.
No.
See, you know, these dogs again. Yeah, now y'all know that won't work over here. That won't work. We were, yeah, that won't work over here. That won't work over here. I will. She's light work.
No. I'm not Haitian because.
And she's purposely trolling. So, but it's not the trolling where like the other woman we got to kick her off, but it's building up to that. Okay, but I can tell she's like the other woman. She's not going to be real and be honest. I can tell, and I think if he asks her enough questions, you'll see that she'll get to that point.
You just said it. I have no lineage to being Haitian. That whatever.
Right. So y'all just got to simply explain to her, hey, the same way you're Jamaican, and I can't just, you know, convert to Jamaican and Haitian. That's how we see black. We don't see black where you see it. We see it as the representation of a name of a lineage. So no, you can't be black.
Whatever they went through does not apply to me. When I'm here in America and I'm black, that belongs to me. You're not black here. The same way if I can't go to Africa, I'm not African if I go to Africa. I'm Black American.
You're debating.
So like I said, the terminology black has a specific it's talking to a specific group here, because here's why. You weren't here when we went through our struggles. You weren't here when we went through our experience. You weren't here when we developed our culture for the most part. So it belongs to us. We coined the term black here differently than how y'all use the term black. Black is talking about a specific group of people. In law, they're speaking about us. Black history. They don't talk about Jamaica during Black history. Why not? Why don't they talk about Jamaica during Black history?
They definitely talk about Jamaica during.
What part of Jamaica they talk about? Who?
They talk about the Rastafarian movement. Bob Marley.
Who learned about that? Who learned about that in high school? Who learned about that?
Where did she go to school at?
No, they don't teach you that.
Hold on,
Des. The whole panel just said we don't know what the fuck you're talking about. That means none of us learned it. Raise your hand if you learned about Martin Luther King.
They don't.
Hold on. Let's take a vote. During Black, let's hold on. Let's take a vote. During Black history, raise your hand if you learned about Martin Luther King. Put your hand up. Raise your hand if you learned about Malcolm X. Put your hand up. Raise your hand if you learned about Harriet Tubman. Put your hand up. Raise your hand if you learned about Rosa Parks. Put your hand up.
Hand up.
When they speak about Black history, they're only centering it around Black Americans. I'm not understanding where you.
That's true. But let me
So the reason why it's true is because Black has a specific terminology and is applying to a specific group of people. I don't understand why it's so hard to get. Hold on, but anyways, let's let Liquan go ahead and talk, since we already just unpacked that they're talking about a specific group of people. Go ahead, Liquan, talk to me.
All right. I came up here to say something to that West African chick, but she ran away, so.
Like they do. You know how they get down.
Yeah.
I finished my statement since he don't.
Can you? Yeah, you can, but you can ask nicely, though.
Des, you lost already, Des. You lost.
I have not been
lost because once we just talked about there being a Black history and they're not applying it to no other groups of people but Black Americans, that tells you that Black history only applies to us and not y'all. So
right,
about
you're
Black
correct
people,
about that.
They're talking about us.
But you're debating something that I'm not debating. You took a statement and you went around it to make another point that I'm not talking about. That's what I'm saying.
What do you mean?
You're debating history through culture, right? Yes, Americans have their own culture and history.
No. I'm debating history with history. It's people that's attached to history who they're talking about. So the way you identify people is by their history. So if it's named Black history and they only talk about us, nigga, who else they talking about? Right? It's not culture. I'm not talking about culture. I'm talking about history. So if the history is telling you,
the history,
hold on, no, that's not the culture. That's the history. If the history is only talking about a specific group of people, that's all it applies to. We didn't get into the culture part yet. Now, when they mention black culture in America, they're only talking about black Americans, our hip hop, the way we dress, the food. So all these terms, when they use black in front of it in America, they're only talking about us. So that's letting you know you're not a part of that conversation. You're not this kind of black that we're speaking of. You can't pick and choose when it's applied to. Oh, we're black when they're talking about it. Oh, no. But black history, they're only talking about America. Oh, okay. Black culture, they're only talking about black men. Okay. Oh, no. But we all black today. There's too many loopholes in that. So we're telling you up front, black belongs to us in America. The same way Jamaican belongs to Jamaicans, the way same way Haiti belongs to Haitians. Black in America belongs to black Americans.
I agree.
Now,
I want you to understand, overstand, and understand what I'm saying right now. I want you to understand, overstand, and understand what I'm saying right now.
If you want to call yourself black in Jamaica, you're right.
Right,
but
exactly.
In Jamaica,
and that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
But in Jamaica. You know what I'm saying? In Jamaica, man.
I'm still black wherever I go.
No. You're black in Jamaica. You're black in Jamaica. In Haiti?
Yeah, this is disgusting because I know I thought it was just Africans that's trying to tether and anchor and hold on to our ethnic ethnicity of our ethnic group. I thought just Africans were doing that. We had a Haitian earlier today, the first live, and now we got a Jamaican. This is really sad and disgusting.
I'm black in Ireland. I'm black in
anyways, we got to move on. Liquid, go ahead, brother. Talk to me. My bad. Go ahead, brother.
You good, man. You good. I was over here on the game and whatnot, but this is just craziness at this point. Like, at this point, it seems like no one's trying to respect anything at this point. This is a space for black Americans, and I'm not sure if people realize that or care enough to respect it, but that's what it is here. So,
yeah,
you don't like it, you could leave. You can leave. You don't gotta go home, but you gotta get the hell up out of here.
Look, so we seen it with the West African. The West African came on here and she said that our history is intertwined because the slave trade. So when they speak about black history, they're talking about Africans too. See how disrespectful that is? Knowing damn well not now one African did shit for us during the Atlantic slave trade. Right? If anything, they sold us. If you really want to talk about, you even giving us even more reasons to want to get away from y'all ass. You've been shown to be untrustworthy people, dishonorable people, people who will sell out.
Please do not speak.
Hold on. People who will sell out. People who will sell their own to the oppressors. That's the only history that you guys have attached to us. Other than that, once we came to America, we have something that's called ethnogenesis. You guys don't know what ethnogenesis is that when a certain group of people has been somewhere for a particular amount of time, they develop their own culture and experience, and they're no longer attached to whoever or whatever they came from. Simple as that. It is what it is. If I migrate to goddamn China right now, and I have generations in China, kids gonna call themselves Chinese. There's really no need to talk about being in America if you got 15 generations in China. Right. So the reason why we're separating so much because we figured out that you guys like to piggyback when you feel like, because that term black is so generic, it's so opening to all y'all because you guys have the same skin color as us, that you get to cherry pick when you want to be considered black. And we have a problem with that because we don't cherry pick when to be Jamaican. We don't cherry pick when to be Haitian. We know we're not Jamaican. We know we're not Haitian. We know we're not African. We don't celebrate Nigeria Day or whatever goddamn Fufu Day they got. We don't do that to y'all. So I don't understand why y'all feel like you guys got to take a slice of our pie when you feel like it. That's, you know what I'm saying? That's being disingenuous. But anyways, love and life. Go ahead, man. Talk to me.
Hello. Hey, AI.
What's going on?
I just came up to tell you that, yeah, these people, they're not black. They have no social construct of being black. Like I said,
Right.
they're only black when they go through the immigration process. The white man has to literally tell them at immigration that they're black. They're not black before they go through the immigration process. So no, you're not black. And I would like to know what Black Power movement that y'all had since y'all so black. What Black Power
Right.
movements have y'all had? Okay, what does blackness mean to y'all? Because I bet you it don't go beyond y'all skin color. That's the only way, that reason that y'all are black. Being black is, I'm not gonna tell y'all why we black, but I'll tell you what, I bet you we ain't gonna mention our skin color one time.
Exactly.
It's more to being black. Y'all not black. Okay? Haitians are selling their children. Black people don't do that. Okay? Jamaicans are fleeing and leaving their family behind. Black people don't do that. Okay? Africans wear flip-flops all year round, leave children all over the world. They are global citizens. Black people don't do that. Okay? So
Right.
no, y'all not black. Black people are in America sitting tight, fit, we educated. We've been here for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and thousands of years. Those are the only black people. I wish y'all get out of our blackness and find an identity for yourselves, because without our blackness, y'all are nothing. Y'all get no respect. Once y'all build y'all country, then maybe we'll respect y'all. But right now, y'all are embarrassing yourselves. And I have to get back to business because I'm at work and I'm doing my thing. So my phone is ringing. I'm gonna holler. I'll be in the comments.
Yeah, y'all, we gotta understand something. We're different than a lot of y'all. A lot of y'all that's in the Caribbean, a lot of y'all that's in Africa, we don't act the same. So there's a real need for us to delineate, to separate, because we don't share blow a kiss, AI. We don't share the same common traditions and culture that you guys do. See what I'm saying? So that's important to acknowledge. In Jamaica right now, they're bleaching their skin to be white. We don't do that. I don't know that nigga who do that over here. Michael Jackson, he's one exception. Other than that, there's no culture of it doing it over here. Right. So anyways, we got Keisha. Talk to me, Keisha.
Hey AI, I'm trying to turn my camera on so I can show you something, but Haiti.
Your camera on?
Yeah, but I can't flip it. But I have my computer and my laptop out. Y'all know that Haiti went through a revolution in 1804 where they kicked out.
Oh, we all know, God.
That's what I'm saying. So they drew up a constitution.
Here we go,
In this
1804.
constitution,
Y'all need to just get it tatted across y'all forehead since y'all love 1804 so much.
in this constitution, it says that Haitian people are black. Nowhere in the U.S. Constitution, even though you're claiming to be the originals of this land and indigenous to America, nowhere in the U.S. Constitution does it list out black people, but in the Constitution of Haiti, it sure does. So I don't know why you think you have a monopoly
hold on,
on
man.
blackness.
Hold on, man. Where was that Constitution? What year was that Constitution?
Exactly.
Wait, hold on.
1805. 1805.
Oh, so, okay. All right. So 1805, that Constitution was made. Okay. Where was that Constitution made?
In the Parliament of Haiti. It was drafted.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Appreciate it. Anyway, King, listen. That's all that. There's nothing else to talk. There's nothing else to talk about. You just answered the question. I just asked you when, what year, and where it was made. You said the Constitution of Haiti. Okay. What you want me to say to that?
Because why do you think black Americans have a monopoly on blackness when others have called themselves black? That's my question.
I'm just saying, we just had a conversation where I just asked you what year, 1805, and where. You gave me the location. What is there to talk about? You were black in Haiti. Congratulations. I agree. Your ass is black as fuck in Haiti.
Black American. I'm not Haitian.
Okay, all right. So they were black as fuck in Haiti.
Yes.
What that got to do with America?
Because we don't own blackness. Blackness is a universal and global concept.
No. Where's the universal concept? Oh, so whenever a Haitian nigga put pen to paper, it's universal now? Is that what you're saying? Whenever a Haitian nigga put pen to paper, it's universal now?
It's not when people apply pen to paper. It's when there's a
So, okay, so hold on. So when the American independence got signed, did everybody get independence on that day?
No.
So what the fuck is we talking about? So my question is, why are you applying your Constitution to America?
There's a global identity. Wait,
No. Hold on, Keisha, because you guys are lying now. I never said you weren't black. I said you weren't black in America. Your ass is black in Haiti. Your ass is black in Jamaica. I said that. But over here, hold on, but over here in America, when we're speaking of black, we're talking about black Americans. What's the confusion? I'm not understanding.
How? Okay, so they go from black in Haiti and Jamaica to being what in America? What is their racial status?
Okay, ma'am, what year did black Americans get free from slavery?
It depends.
Give me a year.
According to the 14th Amendment, the date is different, but then there's according to June 19th, 1865, when black people in Galveston, Texas were notified that they were free. That's the official last date.
Good job.
I'm a black American.
When were you? When were Haitians free in Haiti?
1804.
Okay.
After the Haitian Revolution, so they were black. They were black in 1804.
So my point is, why is it that when we have separate freedoms, separate constitutions, we are separate, but when you have one term, you want to connect it to everybody? That's called cuckoo birding. That's tethering. Hold on. My point is, you guys are very specific on when you want to attach everybody together, knowing damn well none of your constitutions had anything to do with us. None of our constitutions had anything to do with you. But as soon as the word black is written somewhere, now it's everybody. Why weren't we freed when Haiti got freed in 1804 if we all are black, ma'am?
The U.S. Constitution applies to all people residing in the
Man,
US.
answer my question. Since you want to big up Haiti so much, why weren't we free as blacks in America when Haiti got their independence in 1804 if we all black?
Because we had different fights and struggles. Haiti's fights and struggles were different from ours.
Really? Go ahead.
Let me finish. Even though we had different fights and struggles and our power structures were different in our countries, we still have a global identity of being black, which is why we were enslaved in the first place. Your cognitive dissonance regarding the identity of being black
anyways, that's my point. So listen, we're not going off of what assumed should be accurate. If you didn't do anything for us in 1804 that showed that we all are black, there's no need. Hold on. There's no need for me to accept you now based off of just what the fuck color. What the fuck? What validates you as black with me in America? What constitution in America validates you as black?
AI, can I say something about?
Oh, no, that's not. Hold on, Daisy. Hold on. I'm cooking her up right now. Well, so if I'm not black with you during freedom, why am I black with you now?
Okay, so with Haitians revolting in 1804, that caused white Southerners to be scared. They wrote about it in numerous newspapers and news columns. They literally warned about.
Yeah, they got scared, and it made slavery for us here even more. Hold on, it made slavery for us here in America even more harder. Thank you. Thank you. You want? What do you want? You want a cookie for that? They beat my ass. If they beat my ass once a week, they beat my ass twice a week now. So they whoop my ass once a week. Now they beat my ass twice a week. Thank you. Yeah, Haiti's revolution made slavery in America worse. I'm not understanding. And how the hell we knew? Where they read it at? They had a daily newspaper going around.
No,
and how we figured out? How we figured out y'all got free? How we supposed to know? You sent me a Gmail? You sent me a text message? I seen you on Snapchat? I seen y'all niggas celebrating on Snapchat for Haiti?
No, word spread through newspapers and news columns, and also free Haitians moved to the South. They moved in particular. So the news ended up spreading. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why you're being disingenuous with the conversation.
No. Keisha, you right now you're sprouting out a whole bunch of bullshit. You're just saying whatever, and you don't even know the consequences behind of what you're saying. Haiti getting freedom, getting their independence, didn't do anything for us but make slavery worse for us. I'm supposed to make you black because of that? What the fuck?
It did not make It did not make it worse for us. We ended up
Yes, it
revolting as
did.
a
What are you
result.
talking
There were
about? Yes,
numerous
it did.
revolts.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Yes, no, you can't because I can't see. Hearing y'all always talk like this blows my fucking mind. Y'all make it seem like we don't know what the hell happened to us here. Like for real, the disrespect to act like we don't know what happened to us here. What the hell are you talking about? Yes,
Sir,
it was
black people
no,
are
it was
free.
it amplified. The torturing practice, the beatings, everything went on 10 when y'all got freed for us. What the hell are you talking? In fact, there was in fact slave masters were saying they were interrogating their own slaves to make sure they weren't sowing dissension on their plantations. So what are you
Right.
talking about?
Isn't that proof connection
So the first
between
question,
black people though? They're black, and black was coined before the Atlantic slave trade. They were black before.
Ma'am, listen.
Color were
If
black before then.
hold on. No, listen. You getting your freedom does nothing for the black population. And we're tired of you guys trying to use this sorry ass excuse to say, well, this is why we all black. No, we still had to go through our individual struggles, fight our own fight, and then we even fought for y'all to come to this country. So for y'all to attach yourselves, insert yourselves with our terminology because you want to be one with us and have done nothing for us, it's crazy. This is why we created the term FBA, foundationally Black American. So now when we're speaking, since you guys want to say, oh, we're all black, that's why we came up with the term free. That's why there's freedmen. When we're speaking of black, when we're speaking of black, we are speaking of terminologies that's in the Constitution. Freedmen applies to people of chattel slavery in America, adjacent to Black American, adjacent to FBA. That's not y'all. That's written in law. That's Constitution. There's treaties written with the terminology freedmen. So okay, are you guys freedmen?
No,
freemen not in the Constitution. That's not in the Constitution whatsoever.
Freeman is in the Constitution, and freeman is also in the 1866 Treaty Act.
What amendment? What?
Anyways, so you guys are not in none of our rules, none of our constitutions. The same way when you said black is listed in Haiti's Constitution, they're not speaking about Black Americans. They're talking about Haiti's black people. So I'm not understanding what the whole okay, if I'm wrong, then Freeman, okay, Freeman is not in the
Somebody had me go look after this African tether, which I already know about, by the way. I already know about the African tether. I checked this stuff out, and I was gonna react to one of his videos, but family, she's better than him. Let's say that. She's better than him. The dude just do insults. He repeats Charlie Kirk talking points and things like that. I'm good. Yeah, so I'm gonna pass on. Yeah, I'm gonna pass on. I got some stuff put together. I actually did something, but I just had a last second. I don't feel like dealing with the Charlie Kirk weak arguments. Systemic racism doesn't exist. Black Americans commit 50%. All the fake stats. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, so I changed my mind. I'm not gonna deal with the guy. The guy just is an idiot.
Listed in Haiti's Constitution, they're not speaking about Black Americans. They're talking about Haiti's black people. So I'm not understanding what the whole okay, if I'm wrong, then Freeman, okay, Freeman is not in the Constitution. Freeman is in. All right, matter of fact, since y'all want to be petty, give me 1 second. I gotta get that pause going. Yeah, you got Master P on here going. You know what I'm saying? What C Murder say? Down for my niggas. Hold on. What C Murder say? Fuck the mother niggas, cause I'm down for my niggas. Yeah. He talking about y'all other niggas. Fuck the mother niggas.
Hey, okay, one thing though.
Yeah, I know that song. I was a huge Master P fan and the whole No Limit wave. I was there. Hey, yes, anybody that disagrees. So I believe the same way. I believe that black is reserved and preserved for foundation Black Americans. I don't believe immigrants have rights on the word black. They literally cosplayed black after we had it rocking. You dig? Well, we always had it rocking, but when they realized it was rocking, they came around like a little bit after Adolph's, right around FBA, when they start to like um, go ahead and start calling themselves black, right? I agree with the FBA's here. Prior to that, they always thumbed their nose down to black. They said they were not black, and they were right. They're not black. Okay, but now all of a sudden, 2000. Well, now all of a sudden, we know why. We know why they want to be black. Just that's where we at right now. Everybody trying to be black. Not just even African descent immigrants, even whites, East Indians, Spanish. Everybody want to be black. But yeah, but the link is there for anybody who believe we're tripping, we're bugging, that Africans and the Caribbean people are black. We're just kind of doing too much. We're reaching. Well, let's have like a little fun dialogue and look at that.
Who
Push
that
the
is?
link.
Shadow, go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
So the French Constitution wasn't in English. It didn't say black. It said Noir, right? That's one thing, right? So you're a Noir. You can say you're a Noir, but you're not black. Second thing is, we had an ethnogenesis in the ethnogenetics, in the ethno-linguistic, right? The term black isn't just dark skin, because we have white passing black Americans too. You know what I'm saying? It's not a color. It's a culture, a history, and a lineage tied in one. Y'all confusing that. Y'all coming here and trying to identity swap, being cuckoo birds. Y'all not us and we not you, and that's the difference. If you're Haitian, you're Noor. Say you're Northern. And that's your black terminology. Every culture and have your own language for black. Say you're that. Don't say black. You're not from English blood. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna add this to it too. No. The term black isn't race. The Negroid, Caucasoid, and the Mongoloid are the races. Black was coined after the Bacon Rebellion in 1676, applying to us to keep us in bondage. That had nothing to do with none of y'all. You know what I'm saying? It's a totally different thing. All that Haitian Constitution, no, it didn't say black at all, because it's not in English. Haitians don't speak English. So y'all stop, y'all stretching the truth. I'm good, my bro.
Yeah, it sounds like he been listening over here. Yeah, the whole Noor finesse, you gotta stop. You gotta stop. But if y'all believe that stuff, click that link. You dig? I think I'm the leading voice on this topic. Okay, I think I covered everything that you could bring up on this, right? They're doing good. They're doing good over there. But if y'all really want a challenge, you'll talk to me on this topic right here. This is my topic.
Appreciate that, Shadow Ben.
Point. I want to speak to his point real quick.
Go ahead.
Term black was coined between the 15 and 1700s during the transatlantic slave trade, which was from bringing Africans to various places such as Jamaica, Haiti, Puerto Rico, Cuba, etc., the Americas. Black is for all black people descending.
You hear this dumb bed wench? You're talking about Portuguese people and Spaniards. They didn't speak English, stupid. They said negro. You see how stupid you are? Like I said, this is my shit. This is my topic. Okay, I got rebuttals for all that foolishness. They didn't speak English. They said negro. English-speaking people, the British, they said negro, right? They couldn't speak Spanish properly, so they said negro. But they got negro from the people who bought us from musty Africans, who kidnapped us. Okay, so that's how the word negro started surfacing. It was from Spanish speaking enslavers.
Of Africans. It had nothing to do.
No, that's new information. You just Google.
Yes,
you just
it
Google
is.
that.
You can
That's
go and
recent.
Google it. Go Google
No,
it.
that's
Go Google it.
Google is new. That's new. That's new information. That's new. They just did that yesterday.
They referred to all black people.
All right. So everybody, hold on. Everybody, chill out. So everybody who agrees that blacks apply to everybody. So how do we separate black
Our
America?
culture is different. Black
Hold on. Everybody who agrees with black going for everybody in America, how do we separate black from the rest of you niggas who came?
Yeah, I would really like to. Oh, matter of fact, I tried again. I screenshot. So Tariq Nasheed went live around 3 o'clock, or probably a little earlier. But I tried to tap in. Sent requests. I screenshot the request because a couple tethers brought up black, and I couldn't get through. It's like so many people were there in my way. I couldn't get through, man. But I was definitely about to talk about black. But you know, it's coming. It's coming. It's gonna be inevitable. Shout out to Tyron Luong. He was able to get through. He called and he got through. Okay, and he got some questions answered for himself.
Came into this country. How are we separate from y'all?
I think I seen Truth Teller in there, but he probably knocked out. He'd be going to sleep early as hell.
Because we're African Americans, which means that we were here prior to 1865, the emancipation.
How many of us came from Africa?
How many of us? 388,000.
Okay, that's only 2% of the 12.5 million. So which one of us is African?
I think that's for Black Americans to decide.
That's
that
for
you
you
can't.
to determine.
Wow, Guillory, he said he was Black American, and then when you grilled him, he checked out and said, "You know what happened? Yeah, y'all ever play Pac-Man? And when Pac-Man eats the ghost, they turn to like something else and they just wither away. Yeah, that's what happens when we grill them. Yeah, they will fake stand on 10. I'm FBA nigga. I'm this nigga. When you grill them, that's like the same as Pac-Man when he gets eat the little pebble and he chomp on them and they turn to something else and wither away. They just turn the eyes, right? They turn the eyes and wither away. That's us and them. When they fake stand on business until we eat that pebble and chomp on them, and they turn to a bunch of eyes and wither away. That's when you said that, Guillory. I thought of that. I thought of these guys. Oh no, I'm from Barbados. You know, that's the same as, oh man, I just chomped on you.
Okay, right, exactly. So you can't just give me a term to call myself with. You don't even know the answer to that neither. So that's the problem. The problem is you guys are trying to label us, and we're telling you, hold on, and no one's telling you that you're not Jamaican, but you want to come over here and say, well, you're not only Black. Yes, we are Black over here. Matter of fact, that's why we go by FBA, Foundationally Black American. Y'all not FBAs, right? You guys are not foundational Black Americans, correct? You guys ain't lay down the foundation of building America, correct?
They did nothing. And somebody in the chat made a great point. We didn't just go from, we didn't just become miraculously Black out of nowhere. It was an evolution. We started off as Negroes and colored. Then we went to Afro-Americans and even American Negro. Then we were Black. So if you were not Negro, colored, Afro-American, American Negro, it's impossible to be Black because that was the transition to Black. That was the transition to be Black. Negro, colored, Afro-American, American Negro. If you or your relatives was never called those names in America, it's impossible to be Black. Knock it off. And you know what's funny? Remember, just shortly, we said we were Black. They said, no, you're not. You're African, nigga. Now, Africans don't want to be African. They want to be Black. So they told us that we're not Black. We're African, nigga. Our DNA test says so. Now we're like, all right, well, cool. But you're African, right? Nope. We're Black, Negro. What about your DNA test? Hey, yo, listen, family, we got to start gaslighting them back. When they say they're Black, we can be like, hey, did you do a DNA test? What did it say? Did it say Black or African? Gaslight them back the other way. You're African, nigga. You're not Black, remember?
Keisha, Desi?
Okay, I will respond, but you keep muting me.
My people were here in 1817. My genealogy goes back to 1817. So yes, my people are foundational.
And I can agree to that too. On my mom's side, my ancestry goes back to 1700s.
Pause.
And the Black people on my mom's side actually.
Hey, family. Yo, Truth Teller, you heard that? Yo, we be hollering when they say that. When they say that their genealogy in America go back to 1700. I guarantee you, they got no proof of that. Yeah, we were hollering because we like, yo, some of us can barely get to 1870, but a tether will tell you 1700s is so easy to do. Like, oh my, like they don't even know about. Oh my God, these are idiots, man. 17. That's the third tether. Two came on my podcast and said 1700s, and they both were exposed as tethers. You know, we chomped them like Pac-Man. All we seen was eyes. Um, and then here she go.
Everything.
The suspected tether, who is a tether, said her ancestry go back to, ma'am, stop lying. Let me guess, Virginia. Like, stop lying. You're a tether. It's okay. It's okay. You're cosplaying. You wouldn't be a tether if you wasn't cosplaying. You would be a legitimate sound rider for the lineage Caribbean person. But you're a tether. You're not FBA.
My people were
okay, so for the rest of the Jamaicans that weren't here, they're not FBAs, correct? Correct? No. For the rest of the Jamaicans who weren't here, they're not FBAs, right? Correct?
No, they're not. They're Jamaicans, but they're black.
Okay, fine. Right. But they're not foundationally Black American. See, and this is, no more talking for nobody. And this is the problem with the terminology Black. Because everybody wants to latch on to it when it's necessary. And the problem is when
right, and we ain't having that. And now we see what really pisses them off, family. Now, I discovered this a while ago, way before these conversations. I discovered, it's just factual, but I discovered that you want to get them, you want to piss them off, tell them the truth. Tell them what they're not. Tell them they're not Black, and they're not. And that is their kryptonite. They will crash out like these folks, like these fools. Folks are crashing out. Army said the only allies for Black Americans are Black Americans. Facts. 100% facts.
we have politics and we're running for office and they say Black politics or they say a Black person is running for politics, we all assume that this specific person is for Black Americans.
Is Black American too. But you guys, you immigrants, is going to say African politics, Nigerian politics, Jamaican politics. That's the difference. You're not Black.
Knowing that this person probably just came to America 2 generations ago and doesn't have any culture understanding or any history understanding of what we went through, but under the terminology Black, he's one of us. See what I'm saying? So that's why when we say Black applies to a specific group of people and y'all tethered your way on there, we'll come up with Sudan and FBA. Because there is a difference between us and y'all. There is a difference between Black history, Jamaican history, Haitian history. But you guys like to pick and choose when to use the terminology Black, when it suits you. When they're talking about Black culture in America, who they're talking about? So when they use the term Black, when are they talking about you guys? Now you can open up your minds. When are they talking about you guys when we say
Black before I'm Jamaican AI?
Hold on. I asked you a question. So when are you Black? When does it specifically apply?
Now you know that dog is lying. You know that dog is lying. That dog is howling and lying. You know they're lying. Jamaicans make it very clear. They're Jamaican first. They're this first. Even their career is before their acknowledgement of Black, which they're not anyway. Matter of fact, let me source up on that. She's Black before Jamaican. Yeah, at this point, family, I would have kicked her off because I believe she's just, at this point, she's trolling. That is not even a Jamaican standpoint right there. See, so when you start doing things that and having standpoints that Jamaicans don't have, that's when you got to go. Okay, so I'm at that point, they should have kicked her off because at this point, she's literally just trolling everybody there. Let me show you what they be saying. That chick said, "I'm Black first." One more time. Say that again.
I mean, I don't. You're
about. So when they use the term Black, when are they talking about you guys? Now you can open up your minds. When are they talking about you guys when we say
Black before I'm Jamaican AI?
African Americans prioritize blackness isn't necessarily the same way in which an immigrant would prioritize their blackness. So, you know how African Americans will say, oh, black writer, black creator, black artist, black lawyer, black doctor, black woman in STEM. No, when we come to this country, it's immigrant or nationality, maybe our careers next, and then whatever else comes after that. So, Jamaican, marketer, whatever market comes after that. So immigrant, Jamaican, marketer, whatever else comes after that. The issue that you're having is we don't see ourselves as one of you. And the reason that we don't see ourselves as one of
hold on. Okay, so when they use the term black, when are they talking about you guys? Now you can open up your mics. When are they talking about you guys when we say
black before I'm Jamaican AI?
Hold on. I asked you a question. So when are you black? When does it specifically apply to all of us here? When?
I mean, your question.
Because you already don't apply to. You're already not in black history. You're not in black culture. So where are you black here in America?
But see, you're intertwining the two concepts. Yes, American. Let me finish. You're intertwining the two concepts and they're different. Black American history is far different from Jamaican, Haitian, whoever else's history.
Wait, you say he's live on TikTok right now with this conversation? Let me see. I don't mind if I do step in. Let's see. Hold on. Yeah, people are hilarious. Okay. So for everybody who has followed me on TikTok, I'm following you back. I am. Yo, flat earthers, man. They mad as hell. Oh my God. Yeah, they are hilarious. Yeah, they are hilarious. All right. Let me let me see where he's at. Hold on. Okay, so he is live. Let me see what he's talking about.
We're hyper focused. We're hyper focused on who's committing crimes now.
Yeah, he ain't talking about this. When he talks about this, let me know. I'm gonna try to join. So keep me updated. If he talks about black and who's not, let me know. And I'll try to join.
Yet it is still black history in one. It's not the same.
When are blacks ever won here in America? When? Be very specific. When?
When are blacks in America ever won?
Yeah, when are all the blacks here in America ever won? We already said that when they're talking about black history, they're not talking about you. Black culture, they're not talking about you. So when are they talking about you?
I'm not saying that the history could come together and combine.
When are they talking about you specifically?
When they're talking about black American history, they're talking about black Americans. I'm not taking that away.
All right, Daisy. All right, well, I'm at the, okay, that's the end of that. We got to get more people on here. Right, so that's my point. If we're all black, when are they talking about you other niggas? When, Keisha? When are they talking about these? When are they saying everybody? When?
When they're referring to black people in general.
When is that? When is that?
I got you. Let me.
There's no such thing as black people in general. They're just making SHIT up.
The answer. Whenever people want to espouse hateful rhetoric about Black people, they're not going to specify
Stop
Black
the
Americans or
cap.
Black Haitians or Black Jamaicans or Black Africans. They're going to refer to Black people in general. So we have always been united under the identity of being Black.
Okay.
We've always been united. Okay. When was the what? Start with a date, man. Because I can run it down to her. Like when we all were unified under Black. You just like this is wild. Now it's kind of almost like, are they all trolling or they're that stupid? It's kind of like hard to tell at first.
All right. Okay. So when it's something bad, they apply it to all of us. Okay. I got you. All right. So when they say Black crime, they're not just talking about Black Americans. They're talking about also anybody who looks Black. Okay.
And you know what? That's actually true. Like even before the racial category. But remember, there was no English word for Black. The world was not speaking English until America, expanded their wings through our labor and became a huge influence in the world. People were not saying Black in English, right? Saying Negro, Negro.
All right.
Yeah, because they associate being Black with negativity, as I've said multiple times already.
Okay. All right. All right. There you go. I mean, you're just giving us more reasons of why we should delineate. Okay. Fair. All right, King Vincent, because I agree. I do agree. They do when they say Black crime, which is when they say Black crime, which is not real, they do include some of you motherfuckers who come from the Caribbeans and Africans or Africa over here. Right. But when we see your name, when that name goes up and we see your mugshot and we see when they announce who we are, we know you're not Black American. And even white people know that they're not speaking of Black Americans. So even there it's kind of even there it's kind of flawed. So I'm saying, but anyways, we're gonna keep going. King Vincent, talk to me.
Yeah, hello, Smart AI. I've been following your account sometimes, and you speak very intelligent. I was born in Suriname, South America. My part of my country was split up in three: British Guyana, French Guyana, Suriname. But they are also considered to be part of the Caribbean the family. You know what I mean? What I hear over here is that you have people from the Caribbean who want to apply to the black identity, your identity, because your ancestors created a lot on the American soil, North America. Right. So you created your own culture, your own identity. If you look at the Jamaicans, they call themselves in Jamaica also Black because you're dealing with Asians over there, the Hindustani. And in my country,
stop the cap.
They do not call themselves Black. They call themselves Jamaican. You just said it, stupid guy.
We call ourselves Blakamang, that's Black man, and Blakauma.
Hey, listen. You can start making this shit up now, but you call yourself Jamaican. That's your primary ethnic identity. So the right questions got to be asked. If I was on a panel and I had to talk and I could talk to a tether, I would say, what do you call yourselves as your primary ethnic identifier? Is it Jamaican or Black? They're going to say Jamaican. Haitian going to say Haitian. African tether going to say African tether. Okay. And then I say, okay, what do you think Black Americans call ourselves as our primary ethnic identifier? And they might cap and say African American on some troll shit. But if they're real, they're going to say Black American. Like, there you go. Okay. We always ever been that and nothing else. You guys use it now, this fake unity, cosplay and stuff, but you have an ethnic label identifier and it ain't Black. Black. I mean, that's not even like refutable.
Black woman. But when you go to North America, you should consider as a Caribbean people that you shouldn't apply for the identity Black. No. Apply for your own identity, Jamaican. My people are not over there causing this confusion over there with you guys, because I've never heard that my people are in the United States trying to apply to be black. Because if that is so, you can send me a message. I will trace their family and I will get that done.
There you go, brother.
So if you want to apply this hard, and while your family, your people from North America are saying, no, you're not black because you're on our soil. Actually, you're a foreigner. You understand? It's one big family, but you're a foreigner on the American soil. So that tells that you're not proud about your heritage itself, where your ancestors originated from. So it's a new day. You have learned a lot what kind of problems that has caused to apply everyone to be black, undermining of reparations that the North Americans were claiming, but you have Africans and Caribbean people with the wrong mindset, Pan-African mindset, to undermine the North Americans of their reparation claim. So you have to learn about that history. You have to know about that because everybody knows it. If I know it, you should know it also. So it's a new day. He's trying to teach you guys from the Caribbean and from Africa to not apply for being black in North America, just apply to be Jamaican, Haitian. I'm not going to call my country because we are not there doing that. So be proud of being a Caribbean, Jamaican, Haitian, or whatever it is. Stop that nonsense for applying to be black because you're mixing things up and causing problems, and it's not necessary because you devaluate your own people on your own soil at this moment, and it's a shame, actually, if you ask me. That's all I wanted to say. I hope they understand what I just said. That's my message to the Caribbean people, because we are proud people, you know. So be proud of who you really are and stop being black in North America. Let them be black because that's their identity. It has a history over there. And you're black in Haiti. It's your history over there in Haiti or in Jamaica or my country.
Yeah, but that's the thing, though. They're not black nowhere. They're not black nowhere. Okay, that's the thing.
That's all. Thank you very much for listening. I'm going to go down. That's all I wanted.
And I know that I know you guys got tether girls or have tether kids. Sean and you guys, I know this is why you got a hankering for FBAs. Dr. Ruxpin finally admitted his wife is Jamaican. You guys, and I'm waiting for the Dr. Woman King. I know she dating somebody non-FBA, so I mean I suspect that. But you know, I mean, that's what's happening, fam. A lot of these folks, the 19Zs, the human sleeping pill, a lot of these guys they have this weird thing with somebody from the continent or the Caribbean, and they throw away the whole lineage, which is it's like whatever. We don't want you anyway.
To say.
Appreciate that, King. You see what I'm saying? You know, finally somebody with some damn sense. God damn. You know what I'm saying? You know, this is why I don't label this.
By the way, I'm indigenous from South America, but maybe someday we'll talk about that. Have a nice day.
Brother. You too.
Yeah, these guys don't click the link. Like they know that they can try stuff on other channels. They know it doesn't work over here, and they are in the chat listening. The Pan-African Tether let me know earlier that he got spies in here watching. Like, so yeah, weird and don't call in. I mean, your 227 called in, and he got 2222'd up. You dig? He ain't look too good. We got a whole 1 hour upload on this guy, taking his DNA test. Hilarious.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? This is why I don't label every immigrant as a cuckoo bird. You see how I don't just say every immigrant is a cuckoo bird the same way I don't say every immigrant is black. See what I'm saying? So, you know, we don't like to generalize over here. We like to be very specific about who we're talking about. The same way these other groups of people are very specific about when they get an award. And they don't say the black community. They say, thank God for Ghana. Thank God for Puerto Rico. Thank God for Haiti. Thank God.
Which is a great point. When they win an award, how come they don't say, thank God for black people? We're all the same. This award is for black people. How come that's never done?
For Jamaica, the same way y'all only black when it applies to something good, or when you win an award, now you all of a sudden you're Haitian again. So we want to take away that privilege that you guys have of playing both sides of the fence. And Keisha's horrible point, talking about some damn Haiti put their name in the Constitution, talking about black. knowing damn well it ain't free. If Haiti black made everybody black, then why the hell blacks weren't free in America?
Right, which is a dumb point. A dumb point, you dig? But you know, when I go live 8, 9, 10 o'clock, I don't plan on being too long like I do in the afternoon, morning, whatever I go live. So I'm gonna stop it right there. You feel me? And we're gonna pick up tomorrow. I'm getting sleepy. I'm getting hungry. I'm like hungry as crap. So, family, we see you tomorrow. Possibly in the morning. You know what I'm gonna do? If I don't go to the gym, and I might not go, I'm gonna try TikTok in the morning. I'm gonna try that first. If it don't really work out, I'll end it and then go live. You know, YouTube. All right, family. Yeah, my ribs are touching. I'm hungry. I gotta go eat. Like, subscribe, notification bell, donations to $ unbiased Ron. We're the only black people. All these tethers are the eat rat, eat cat people.
That show me subscribe. Make no mistake, we're the only black people and y'all the only eat rat, eat cat people. You ain't black, you ain't that. Matter of fact, your black is repo, I'm taking it back. Cause y'all making it whack, faking jacks y'all from the slave, raiding the tax. Bitch. We built the foundation, our innovations were groundbreaking. You ain't wanna get down, now you around, hating, faking. With the linear in and out, the ground shaking. Someone say, FBA, we don't run away. We stay, we slay, we pray, we say, Someone say, FBA, we don't run away. We stay, we slay, we pray, we say, no mistake, we're the only black people and y'all the only eat rat, eat cat people. You ain't black, you ain't that. Matter of fact, your black is repo, I'm taking it back. Cause y'all making it whack, faking jacks y'all from the slave, raiding the tax. Breaks, pause, pause. We built the foundation, our innovations were groundbreaking. Y'all ain't wanna get down, now you around, hating, faking, wiggling and eating, now the ground shaking. Someone say, FBA, we don't run away. We stay, we slay, we pray, we say, Someone say, FBA, we don't run away. We stay, we slay, we pray, we say,
They don't like us, they don't like us, they don't like lookalikes, they don't like us, they don't like us, they don't like us, they don't like lookalikes, they don't like us, they don't like us, they don't like us, they don't like lookalikes, they don't like us, they don't like us, they don't like us, they don't like lookalikes, they don't like us. We the original, number one, uno, we're not alike, you know. Y'all are liar like we made in the image, our likeness. Our image is righteous, our lineage is priceless. You can't buy or sell it, they tried it, they tried to sell it, they tried it. They not like us, they don't like us, they don't like lookalikes, they don't like us, they don't like us, they don't like us, they don't like lookalikes. They don't like us. lookalikes. They not like us. They not like us. They not like us. They don't like us. They not like us. They not like us. They not like us. They don't like lookalikes. They not like us. They don't like us. They don't like us. They don't like us. They not like us. We the original, number one on the road. We're not out like you know. Y'all are all liars, like we're made in the image and likeness. Our image is righteous, our lineage is priceless. You can't buy or sell it, it's right. Can't ever sell it, it's right.
Show me love. No more riding with lies against us. You gotta show me trust. If you wanna ride with us, you gotta show me love. No more riding with lies against us. You gotta show me trust. If you're looking for inclusion, then talk to me, talk to the family tree. We can all ride when it's time to slide on our enemies. And we can all ride when it's time to override these policies. If you wanna ride with us, you gotta show me love. No more riding with lies. You gotta show me trust. Gotta show me love. No more riding with lies against us. You gotta show me trust. If you wanna ride with us, you gotta show me love. No more riding with lies. You gotta show me trust. If you wanna ride with us,